let's be real for a second. You're creating content, you're putting in the hours, but are you really seeing any traffic from Google? If you're tired of seeing your work get buried and you feel like your content just isn't connecting, trust me, you are not alone. So let's dive into this. We're going to explore how a new AI-driven approach is looking to completely change the SEO game.
I mean, it's the million-dollar question, isn't it? You followed all the advice, you're writing what you think are fantastic articles, but you check your rankings and you're still stuck somewhere on page 10. It's a super common frustration, and the reasons why? Well, they're often not what you'd expect.
And this all leads us to what I call the modern content problem. It's that sinking feeling of pouring time, money, and energy into something with pretty much nothing to show for it in the long run.
And that's really the heart of it, right? The effort is there. The quality might even be amazing. But there's this critical disconnect between the great stuff you're making and the audience that is actively searching for it. So, what's causing that gap?
A lot of the time, it really just comes down to the limits of old-school SEO. There are some very common, very real roadblocks that can stop even the best content from ever seeing the light of day on Google's first page.
Now, a lot of people turn to paid ads for a quick fix. But here's the key difference. With paid ads, the second you stop paying, the traffic just vanishes. It's like you're just renting an audience. Organic SEO, on the other hand, is all about building an asset, something that can keep working for you, bringing in traffic for years to come. You actually own it.
Okay, so what about actually creating all that content? Well, hiring good writers is expensive, for one. And honestly, managing them can be a total headache. Plus, even the fastest writer in the world is still human. This is where AI just flips the script entirely. It allows for a scale and a consistency that's, well, it's basically impossible for a human to match.
And then you've got the techie side of things. These are the hidden ranking killers. You could write the most brilliant article ever, but if it's not structured in a way Google's algorithm can understand, or if your website is just too slow, it's going to get buried. And on top of that, you're competing with a massive amount of content. So if you can't publish consistently, you're going to get left behind.
So, that's a lot of problems. What's the path forward? Well, this brings us to the AI-powered solution, a totally new way to think about climbing the ranks on Google.
And a great way to picture this new approach is with a really simple metaphor. Think of Google's search results as a giant skyscraper. This AI is designed to find you the express elevator straight to the top floor, page 1. See, most people using traditional SEO, they're taking the stairs. It's a long, slow, manual climb. This kind of AI system, though, it analyzes the whole building to find the fastest, most direct route up. It's about finding that express elevator and skipping the line completely.
But look, this isn't some kind of magic trick. It's all about data. The whole point is to take the guesswork out of content marketing. An AI can sift through massive amounts of real-time search data to find topics that are going to have a huge impact. And then it can quickly test and tweak articles to see what's actually working, which just speeds up that path to the top. So how does a system like this actually work under the hood? Well, it's usually broken down into a really simple 3-part process.
First up, the system creates SEO-driven content. These are articles specifically built to be understood and, frankly, loved by Google. Step 2, all of that content sits on a rock-solid technical foundation, a site built for speed and visibility from the get-go. And finally, Step 3 closes the loop. It integrates lead generation so all that new traffic actually turns into subscribers and customers.
And speaking of real results, that's what it's all about, right? It's one thing to talk about a system in theory, but it's another thing entirely to see how it actually works for real businesses out in the wild.
So take Sarah, who's in the pet health business. For her, the big win was getting the writing and the organization off her plate. That freed her up to do what she's best at, actually talking to her customers and building her community. Or look at Mark. He's in real estate. This is a perfect example because it shows the system can handle really complex, niche topics. It's not just spitting out generic stuff, it's creating genuinely informative articles about market trends that make him look like the expert he is.
And finally, this one from Lucia, a food blogger, is huge. It answers that big question a lot of people have. Can AI content actually be engaging? Well, her experience says yes, absolutely. When it's done right, you can get fantastic reader engagement that keeps people coming back for more.
So what does this all add up to? Well, the ultimate goal of a system like this is to build effortless expert authority in your niche, but without all the usual blood, sweat, and tears. The real promise here is that there's no learning curve. You don't have to become an SEO guru. The whole idea is that the entire process, from strategy to writing to optimization, even posting on social media, is handled for you. And a critical piece of the puzzle is that it's not just AI alone. It's that blend of AI power with human expertise to make sure the content feels authentic and is super high quality. Ultimately, what this all shows is that the old way of doing things, just creating content and hoping for the best, is being seriously challenged. As these new tools come out, the line between content creation and data science is getting blurrier and blurrier. It really leaves us with a huge question. In this new age of AI, is success going to be defined less by guessing and more by data-driven ranking?